Hey Gemini, and this is the Oracle with your November 2020 spiritual forecast. I've already done the pre-shuffle for you, and it looks like that there may be some type of truth or clarity coming in, divine wisdom, or an action that's been happening, and it will cause the wheel, or if you've had bad luck, that will change. Like, there'll be changes in your life. And this truth that comes in, this clarity, right? It helps you see through all of your negative thoughts, your own inner demons, conflict, shadow self, which may help get you out of the whole energy of being controlling, stingy, withdrawn from the world. Maybe have you at least thinking of bringing balance into your life, so you feel like that you can come out, maybe spend, maybe give a little bit, because in giving, that's where you can find happiness, because there's happiness to be had as soon as that you're able to see through your own darkness. Maybe even a possible stash that you didn't know that you had. Maybe even a stash that maybe has to do with the mother figure, because see how these line up, right? There's an abundance there, and maybe attached to a mother figure. So let's get into your reading. So on the inside, it's like you may have some type of turmoil emotions, ruffled feathers about something, looking towards calm. But I feel like you need to also see like the lighter side of things too. Like, that's your energy, is trying to look at the lighter side of things through stable emotions, even if there's some type of turmoil or upset. And what's influencing this is maybe a tower moment, or maybe some type of spark or idea came to you, and it had you up in your head thinking about wanting something mature. You're either thinking of a more mature person, or you're wanting a more grounded, stable, realistic relationship, maybe with somebody from the past. And what's going on is, I feel like that maybe you feel stuck or waiting for enlightenment, wanting to come out, seeking answers. And in the near past, I feel like that you put a stop to juggling, maybe juggling finances, or juggling trying to keep up appearances for people. Because this right here is the card of juggling, and usually this is for other people, because you want to look good to other people or to the world. Could even be ego driven. But you had to come out of juggling finances because you realized looking good for other people isn't worth it. Or trying to keep up appearances isn't really worth it if you're hurting somebody else that you care about. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people don't even date other people because of how they feel other people will think of them. And if that person makes you happy, then who cares, right? Even if it means losing finances, if you're with somebody you care about, or with the friends and family you care about, it doesn't really matter. But in the near future, it looks like that there's some type of passion or love off in the distance, maybe from the past, maybe wanting to return or revisit something from the past. And there'll be an opportunity for that in the future. How you're feeling and your attitude is, I feel like you have boundaries. Like, news is either regular, boundaries, or spiritual boundaries, because you're not putting up with no BS anymore. You would rather be like a ride or die for yourself instead of other people. Putting up a wall for those who don't deserve to see you and your goodness. But also there's an equilibrium and a death of something, and I feel like it's based on childhood issues, dealing with either childhood issues or trauma or inner hurts. And there's going to be a death to that to create balance so that you can have healthy boundaries. But your attitude is having healthy boundaries and putting it into old trauma, old issues. And in your environment, it feels like that you might be coming out from resting, coming out from being inside. Maybe some of you were on vacation or you've been isolated, but you're coming out of that rest period. Or maybe even getting away from a Libra. What you're scared of is looking at your issues. Like, that's what I feel like is going on for this month, is looking at maybe childhood issues or self-acceptance or a self-understanding. But you need self-understanding and self-awareness to be able to have something realistic and stable. Otherwise, it'll fall apart. But there may be a message that causes you to have to do some type of self-reflection to heal your issues. Because judgment really isn't always about feeling judged. Sometimes it's about acceptance. What happened, happened, and you can't change it. Just accept it. Because the outcome is, even though I said that it's about coming out of like vacation and stuff and rest, maybe it's because you're not supposed to rest by yourself. Like, maybe you're supposed to seek solace with somebody else. It's like you want to win you're winning a victory, but you want to share it with somebody else for this month. Or seeking consolation with a friend. Because I feel like you've been worrying about a return on an investment. You've been worrying about getting something back in return, or maybe you're fearing the return of something or someone. Maybe a return of a Leo. Or the chance to share your strength, show your strength. Because after you deal with your own acceptance, you will able to have an inner strength that can get you through things, that won't hold you back. Maybe some of you dealt with codependencies, lovers, addictions. And all of this cause you to go back inside for self-reflection, to know yourself. Maybe surround yourself with crystals. I love crystals, and they also heighten in intuition as well, and energies. So dealing with codependencies, realize you have to look inside for answers so that you can find your inner strength. And the theme of this reading is overwhelmed, because I feel like through everything, you may have been feeling overwhelmed, especially through juggling things in the past. Maybe it overwhelmed you because you had so many options or so many people you felt like you had to impress. Maybe you had to feel like you had to look down on something. Look at how you behaved on social media, or looked at things in a different way, so that you can get into a king type energy. Even if you're a female, right? Like, you can still have king like energy to quiet that storm inside. So, Gemini, this is the Oracle with your November 2020 spiritual forecast. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe below.